Let's warm it up. What do we got? What do we got, people? Let's verify that we are streaming. Let's see. All right. It says we're online. Just added the YouTube channel. We'll see. I don't know. We'll see. I gotta check that later. Anyway, we should be streaming on, YouTube, all right? Just FYI, like and share this, all right? Subscribe. If you're on YouTube, okay? If you're not on YouTube, if you're not subscribed to us on YouTube. So shout out to everybody that's on Twitch and, of course, Facebook, Twitter and Periscope, DLive. Yeah. If you're on YouTube, we're there too. So make sure you find us, Pearly Q, Court Boys Radio Show. But I believe the channel got so many channels. Pearly Q everywhere. It's Pearly Q. You, good lord, Pearly Q. On YouTube is the channel where we're placing the episodes of the Court Boys Radio Show. So, what's going on? The trolls come out. The trolls come out at night. Where is my thumbnail? Let's find it. How are we doing? We look all right? No drop frames? Okay, we look good. Everything looks good. Scotty, I think we're ready. So, for those who don't know, we were talking about Ice Cube yesterday, all right? People allegedly giving him, well, he said himself, other celebrities giving him a hard time just because he spoke to Trump, the Trump administration, about the contract with Black America, basically trying to frame him up. Trying to frame him as a Trump supporter, which I guess, I'm seeing all kinds of craziness. I was just out on Twitter right now. There's somebody posted a notice insurance companies are sending out, like if they see you with the Trump, support signs on your lawn, they're they're like basically saying, you're at high risk for arson, like all kinds of craziness, y'all. All kinds of craziness going on. So that's the atmosphere we're dealing with anyway. So trolls come out at night. So what is that about? For those who don't know, all right, so the guy in the middle there, that's Eric Trump, for those who don't know. Now, allegedly, and I say allegedly because I couldn't find the original tweet. But allegedly he posted after basically they're accusing him of posting a doctored photoshopped photo of Ice Cube and 50 Cent wearing with Trump, wearing Trump caps. So let me pull up that photo. Good lord, I just had it, man. Where'd it go? Okay, here it is. So allegedly, like I said, allegedly, I don't have that one in front of me, but this is the photo that people are talking about. I couldn't find it, and I couldn't wait. I just couldn't wait any longer. So this is the photo in question that allegedly Eric Trump tweeted out. Again, after Ice Cube, spoke with the administration, just a meeting, an initial meeting to go over, okay, what do you got? And, and they, of course, the Trump administration at least met with him. The Biden camp said, we will talk after the election. And again, so he's, again, we went through that in the previous show. If you don't know, if you're not up to speed, just check out the previous episode. Okay. We went through all that. But so after that meeting, allegedly Eric Trump tweeted this out and basically saying, "Hey, two great American, whatever." Like, and hold up. Where's let me make this bigger. So Eric Trump basically tweeted this out, saying, "Yeah, shout out to Ice Cube, 50 Cent, blah blah blah." But the problem is, this is photoshopped. Okay, where's the original? This is the photoshopped one. Okay, comes to find out, this is a Lakers game. I think it's a Lakers game, and again, the original photo surfaced. Okay, and they're not wearing Trump hats. They're just wearing regular baseball caps. I don't even think. I got so sidetracked. I don't even think it's here, but I lost it. Because I was looking for the original Eric Trump tweet. Let me see if I can find it. So, basically, Eric Trump trolling or his people, that's what they say. They say when stuff like this happens, they say they were hacked or whatever. But again, it's kind of funny that, because what's real is the reaction, at least what they would like us to perceive. And again, we went over that in the previous episode. Where Don Lemon chimed in because Ice Cube went on Chris Cuomo's show, talked about again, explained his position. Because everybody, again, he's getting a lot of good Lord, man, my bad, chatbot is not working. Basically, again, inaccurately, saying that everybody's been calling him a Trump supporter and giving him a hard time. So and then after that, then now Eric Trump tweets out last night that photo with Ice Cube. Again, it's a doctored photo with Ice Cube and 50 Cent wearing Trump hats. Again, just to get people riled up, is basically what this is all about. But like I said, this is a photoshopped, version of this photo. They were not really wearing Trump hats. Again, Eric Trump unknowingly must have unknowingly, tweeted a altered photo. Obviously, he didn't know it was altered, right? Of course not. Again. So yeah, let me know what you guys think of. You know what? Hang on, I might. Doggone it, man! I swear. Bear with me, y'all. My chat plugin just crashed, and I gotta reopen it here. Oh no! Shoot. Hang on. No, chat is running. I know this. Cancel. Where is it? Come on, where's my chat thing? Okay. So bear with me, y'all. Let me set this up again, and then because I can't see any chat at the moment. So my apologies. Technical difficulties here. And now we're going to take a look at Judge Joe Brown was on Dr. Boyce Watkins' podcast today. And for those who don't know, we talked about it. We talked about it on a previous episode. Judge Joe Brown, look, he's like the walking, repository as far as information that you need to know. He is that guy, man. He knows everything about everybody. All right. especially in politics, all right, in the legal space. But again, him being a judge and in the legal field for so many years, a lot of people don't know he sat on the bench of good Lord, what's the guy's name? The guy that was convicted of shooting, of killing Martin Luther King. James Earl Ray, I think. He sat on one of those trials, and he saw all the evidence, and basically he came out and said, and I think he said this on Vlad TV some years back, that James Earl Ray, based on the physical evidence, there was no way he did that. He did not. He was not the one who assassinated Martin Luther King. So that's just one example of how, again, the information that Judge Joe Brown has. And so Kamala Harris, okay, he is not a fan, okay? For those who don't know, Judge Joe Brown is not a fan. And he has, again, the information to back up his position, okay? And hang on, y'all. I'm trying to log in here. Let me log in, see if I can get my chat working. Come on. Oh my gosh, really? You're gonna make me do the picture verification here? Are you serious right now? Come on. Okay. So yeah, are we live, people? I don't know if we're live. I think so. Okay, we're live. Good. I mean, my chat's working. Why? Hold up. Why are only two? Hang on, y'all. Read only. Why is... So YouTube's not on. Hey, what's going on? Subscribe to you. What channel? I got a new subscriber. Thanks. I think it's YouTube. So yeah, okay. It looks like the live is working. We're live on YouTube. That's good. But for some reason, my chat. Good Lord, y'all. All right, let's just my bad. Let's get. Yeah, I'm only connected to 2 platforms, so my bad. If I do not respond to your chat, it's not my fault. For some reason. Let me try one more time here. I'm going to open this back up, refresh it, and see if I can get it to reconnect. There we go. Okay, now we're fully connected. I had to refresh it. All right. Okay. Chat is working. All right. So, yeah, the trolls come out at night. Again, it's just, and it's really petty. I mean, but this is what's going on now nowadays, which is nuts, right? It's just nuts. That, people, the lengths people are going through. So, oh yeah, so this is the original. That's what I knew. I'm like, what did I do with the original? Okay, so it's in the thumbnail here. So you see, these are the caps. I think Ice Cube has his cap on from his Big 3 league. I think that's what that is. And then, 50 Cent has on, a Yankees cap. But when you, but what Eric Trump allegedly tweeted out was, oh, my bad. Let me get this open back up. So yeah, so what allegedly Eric Trump tweeted out? He tweeted out this photo. So you see, the other hats turned into Trump hats. So that again, it's silly. But it's like. For real? Like, so that's, yeah, trolls. Eric Trump is trolling, and it doesn't. Of course, that Donald Trump is the supreme troll, right? He's the POTUS, the POTUS of trolls. So it only makes sense that his son, would tweet out again a doctored photo of Ice Cube and and 50 Cent, acted like they're supporting, they're supporting. And if you know anything, again, Ice Cube does not support either candidate. His contract with Black America is what he is focused on, and he's trying to get a dialogue going with whoever, okay, is in office, and whoever, moving forward, okay, is going to be able to help advance that as far as the issues that are, that need to be addressed in that document that he presented, okay, contract with Black America. So, again, silliness, but this is the world we live in today, people. How's everybody doing? How's everybody doing? Yeah, my chat's working, so feel free to say hi. Numbers working as well. You want to call in? For those in the U.S., toll free. Yeah, if you're overseas, you know what? I'm gonna get, because I do. Yes, we do have some new viewers. Shout out to Junpei on Twitch. I think he's over in. I'm not sure. He's overseas somewhere. I want to say he's in Britain or something. Or. So yeah. So I guess I'm gonna have to. Upgrade and get a toll-free number for since we have people checking in from the from across the pond. So yeah, my apologies if you're out of the U.S. And you're not able to call in, but for sure, toll free, here in the U.S. 623-250-2986 is the number. Now, y'all want to get to the real. This was not originally part of the show, Dr. Boyce Watkins' podcast popped up. He was live, so I said, all right, let me check it out. I was doing some editing or whatever, and I turned it on when I was working. And Judge Joe Brown, man, going in on Kamala Harris. So I'm gonna play some of this for y'all. This is a 2-hour episode, and if I were you, I would check it out before, because they might take this down. Judge Joe Brown, man, I swear that man, he should have been on Def Comedy Jam. He goes in, he's hilarious. He's doing like impressions. It was so good. I downloaded the whole thing because I want to make sure. There's so many gems in here. Not just funny stuff. I mean, he's talking real stuff, but it's funny how he, and he breaks everything down. And then when he's talking about Kamala Harris and, good Lord, it's hilarious. So I'm gonna start it there. He's talking about. He just listen. I can't even. Just listen, y'all. Let me play this. All right, here we go. Judge Joe Brown on Dr. Boyce Watkins' podcast today.
And what was really going on behind the scenes, according to my espionage network, is that CBS worked out an accommodation in order to get an access into cable and satellite without going through Fox by fronting it off on a minority. So we weren't helping out anybody black. So he interviewed Kama Sutra Harris, who is a scoundrel. And by the way, she's not black, damn it.
Wait, did you say Kama Sutra Harris? We stop there. But go ahead. Go ahead.
Kama Sutra Harris.
Look, And this ain't look. If you Judge Joe Brown has his own podcast, and he look every chance every opportunity of like especially now that she's running for office. I mean, he didn't just start. He's been going, because again, it's about character, right? So he's been, very vocal about, her character. Okay, it ain't nothing personal. This is all documented what he's talking about, and he's gonna go into here again how she, when she started, like basically in politics and what she's been doing to elevate, her status. Man, hilarious.
This is what the LA Times was calling her 30 years ago when she was notoriously being covered in their second page in her little escapades with Mayor Willie Brown of San Francisco. They covered that she got a job through him with a medical facilities business, and she was in her early 20s.
So, for those who don't know, she's there's a well-documented. She had an affair with Mayor of San Francisco, a guy named Willie Brown. All right, like that was back when she first got into politics, and basically that's the starting point. And again, this isn't, this is all like for the fact checkers. This is all, documented. I believe, Willie Brown admitted to it, all that stuff. So, it was sloppy, it was messy. Nonetheless, it's true. And, but Judge Joe Brown is going to go in, like I said, this man, the information, and that's what I'm doing. I'm saving all this stuff. Because this man has got, he's got like all of it up here. Let's keep going.
20s, just got into law school, supposed to be.
Wait, did you say Kama Sutra Harris?
Yeah.
We stopped there, but go ahead.
And he didn't make that up. So like he's gonna say here, hey, look, that's what the paper, because they were writing her, about this stuff, right? And they were, so what they were writing in San Francisco papers at the time, that's where, that he didn't make that up himself. They were writing that stuff about her back then when all this was going on. Kama Sutra Harris.
Yeah, go ahead.
Kama Sutra Harris is what the LA Times was calling her 30 years ago when she was notoriously being covered in their second page in her little escapades with Mayor Willie Brown of San Francisco. They covered that she got a job through him with a medical facilities business, and she was in her early 20s, just got into law school, supposed to be a full-time student in law school, and she had a 15-hour-a-week gig, and she was getting paid $72,000 a year, and this is 35 years ago. Then she went up.
And watch out. So listen, and he's breaking this all down, again, because, this is, but see, again, you can go, and I haven't, so we're going to say allegedly here, because I haven't had time to verify this. But, you can, all right, if you go back. So like you said, LA Times, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go look all this stuff up. But, basically, they ran, investigative piece, because of what was going on, her relationship, right, with the mayor. And so basically, that's what he's going over right now. Hey, she had this part-time gig making $70,000 a year, allegedly, back in the 80s. So that's crazy. Like, that's crazy. That's a lot of money back then. All right, like 30 years. Yeah, it's like the 80s, like late 80s. I want to say maybe, or no. Anyway, that's a lot of money for 15 hours a week, right? Even now.
Up to 20 hours a week, and she got 120-some thousand a year for a part-time gig, and they were making jokes and cartoons about Mayor Willie Brown getting the bootay, and they started talking about Kama Sutra Harris. And she got this
You said 20 hours a week, over 100,000 a year.
120,000 a year.
And this was what it was in the
25
80s.
years old. This back, yeah. So anyway,
Yeah. 120. So started out at 15 hours a week, 70 something thousand. Then she went to 20 hours a week and her salary went up to 120 something thousand back in the 80s. Talk about the hookup, right? Yeah. Must be nice. Allegedly.
see what the game is? So then there are allegations that she couldn't get on at this law firm, so she started screwing the assistant chief partner. No, not the partner. She started screwing an NBA player that the firm represented, so they hired her. She tried to get on with the DA's office. They detailed an alleged affair with the assistant director. Now, my ex-wife was born in the same hospital within the same 12-month period as Queen Harris. So I looked at the
Yo, like I said, they're going to take this down. I didn't catch that one. Good Lord. Look at voice. Look at Boyce Watkins' face. And if you didn't catch it, rewind it. Oh, good Lord. I'm not going to rewind it. Like I said, Joe Brown belongs on Def Comedy Jam, man. What was he doing? He should have been on Def Comedy Jam. Jeez. Oh, man. Now, what's interesting is he's going to go into right now. Again, all this stuff is allegedly, okay? So for everybody out there, allegedly. Again, this is Joe Brown telling us what he knows. You know, he was there back then. He said according to him, all this was documented in the papers going on. And some of it, he knows from, again, him being in the field, in the legal field, and politics and stuff himself. So now he's going to go into her background, her ethnic background, right? Like you said at the beginning, she's not black, and that's not, everybody knows she's not. Like she went to an HBCU, but he's going to go into, again, the birth certificate. That's what he's talking about.
represented, so they hired her. She tried to get on with the DA's office. They detailed an alleged affair with the assistant director. Now, my ex-wife was born in the same hospital within the same 12-month period as Queen Harris. So I looked at the birth certificate that she's got out there, and it does not look the same. What it looks like is a birth certificate that came into use about 15 years later. And I've seen that one because I helped out two women that worked on my show to get duplicate copies of their birth certificates so they could get passports. Now, on that birth certificate, it says race, color, ethnicity of mother, and it says Caucasian. Where it says nationality of the father is blank, and where you put in for race or ethnicity, it says Jamaican. Now, see, some colored folk who aren't black folk, because they don't do what they need to do to educate themselves about the circumstances, think if you're Jamaican, you're black. But you see, Jamaica once used to be part of the British Empire. You know, it stretched, the sun never set on the British Empire. And it was then part of the Commonwealth. So there was a great association anywhere from Singapore and Hong Kong to India and Pakistan, Kenya, Nairobi was an interesting place if you wanted to go on safari. And of course, Nigeria and various places in South Africa.
Like I said, through the whole, it's a 2 hour long, show. We're not going to obviously go through it all here. But through the whole show, man, he's doing stuff like this. He's doing impersonations. and at the same time, again, he's you know, he's just dropping all these truth bombs, like, and so look, and Kamala Harris's ethnicity, I don't care. Okay, let's be clear. I don't care. Again, I didn't make it an issue. Like, you know, the campaign is, you know, they're putting it out there, trying to spin it, you know, and again, to appeal to black voters by, you know, just trying to appeal, you know, but really, in the reality, she's, you know, she's not black, and he's gonna go down the list. We'll see how long it takes. But she did not grow up, you know, she did not grow up here in the States. She grew up in Canada, like, you know, basically from, you know, she went to elementary school up to high school, and then she went to college here. She went to whatever, I can't remember, the HBCU. But, you know, she went to the black college, you know, here. You know, and again, I don't care, you know, but we're not making a big deal about this. They are, you know, so it's funny that, you know, it's like, you know, technically, you know, it's like, she's not, and that's what, you know, if you listen to him talk about it, that's what, you know, it really, that kind of bothers, like, she's not black, she's not black, damn it, that's what he said. All right, let's keep going here.
We got the morals under control, you know? So anyway, you got everybody in there. And I've been to Jamaica 35, 40 times over the last 30 some years. Guest to the government on my own, you know, prime ministers have brought me in, the governor general one time. And they've got all these folk, white, yellow, red, in there that are born in Jamaica and Jamaican citizens. And her father, who wrote the articles, he was not quoted. He wrote them. He's an engineer, and he's articulate, and he can write. He wrote the articles in some Jamaican periodicals. He said his daughter is a liar and a fraud. He says his ancestry is that of a Tamil Hindu Brahmin mixed with Irish, and her mother's background is a Tamil Hindu Brahmin, and she ain't got nothing to do with black folk. Now, if you look at pictures of Tamil Hindu Brahmins, they tend to be from dark to...
So, and this is the thing about Judge Joe Brown. Look, he breaks it all the way down. Like, what the hell is a Tamil Hindu Brahmin? I had no idea until the man explained it. And guess what it ain't? It ain't black. That's what I mean. This man, look, he knows. And like, look, yeah. And look, he just breaks it all down. Look, there's some stuff I gotta edit it because there's some stuff about Obama he drops in here, and that's what I mean. I got double check, make sure I downloaded. I did. I got double check. Again, the stuff he drops about Obama, I guarantee you have no clue. I heard, you know, we all know, you know, if you rock with us, you know a little bit. Yeah, I don't know what we're gonna call this. Yeah, Joe Brown trolling, but he's speaking facts. He's telling the truth. But yeah, this interview here, like I said, he drops a lot of jewels. All right, it's not even, we just scratching the surface right now. Again, we ain't even got time to get into it, but I got to go in, and yes, like I said, this stuff on Obama, very interesting, man. I had no idea. So shout out to Judge Joe Brown. Let me pull up the comments here. Hey, what's up? Hugh Man on D Live says hilarious. Love it. Yeah. Yeah, it says love listening to smart, civilized people have real discussions. Agreed. Judge Joe Brown, man. I think, and part of it is, look, he ain't holding nothing back, especially now, right? He's of a certain age, and he does, no filter. no filter, but with somebody like him who actually has all this knowledge, yo, it's like, that's what I mean. It's like too much. I was like, oh, yo, what did he just say? So it's a trip, but yes, it's very entertaining and educational at the same time. So yeah, let's see, what time is it? Well, we good on time. All right, I think we got a little more time here.
To your complexion, they don't even get as light as I am, but they're called Caucasian, and they range from frizzy hair to long, thick, dark, wavy hair like her. So I know several people I worked with on my show that were Hindus, and they said, I thought they were black. No, I'm not. I am not black. I am a Hindu. I said, what? And one couple of them even wrote books about it where they passed for black. They just cut their hair off, so it didn't look wavy, and they started practicing talking American black, which is fairly easy for somebody to pick up, like Barry Soetoro, aka Barack Obama, did. People that knew him from back when will attest he didn't sound like that when they knew him at first. But anyway, see, you can front off because black Americans think anybody with any color has got to be black, because we had that thing in America where one drop makes you what the drop is, statutes on all of the former Confederate states said any known colored ancestry will cause the person to be considered colored for purposes of these statutes, okay? The ones that they had. But you see,
and so right there, see how that's what I mean. So what he's talking about is how they, when they founded this country, and the laws that they put into place. If you were mixed, if you that's what I mean. If you had any kind of basically if you were any kind of African American or African in you or black in you, you were that. You were that. So any mixture, it made you the, so if it was black and something, you were black. If it was, and that's what he's talking about. And again, this man, just shoots this stuff out, because it's all up here. Another person who was very, well versed in this is Dr. Claude Anderson, who, works with Dr. Boyce a lot as well, and goes into, again, the foundation, the laws, that were established, that basically are still, in effect today, and is the reason, is one of the reasons why things are the way they are, okay? Because they were set up a certain way, and a lot of that is still in place. But we're trying to kind of hang out and have a good time. So let's listen to Judge Joe Brown a little bit more.
they were predated by some other statutes. Anyone with no more than X percentage of colored ancestry may apply to a court or chancellor in this state for a declaration of Caucasian status, so long as they have 2 white sponsors or whatever. See what happened after the Civil War? All of these ultra-rich plantation owners who had lost all of their legitimate sons in the Civil War had some mostly white-looking sons by their favorite slave mistresses, who tended to be quadroon, mulatto, or octroon, and they wanted them to inherit it, because if they had no heirs, then all of the property would do what they call escheat to the state. So they had that on the books, and then they started modifying it, but they could not come up with what is known as a bill of attainder or an ex post facto.
So, and basically, so that's what he's talking about, and I'm still, I understand, because I've been, trying to get not caught up, but trying to educate myself on, on all these these laws back in the day. 'Cause they, again, so what he's talking about is why they put these into place. About, okay, why are they, why are they so focused on ethnicity and mixture? See, and it all has to do, again, it goes back to the wealth, okay? Like you were saying, okay, they're full blood, they're white, their white sons, they had an issue where, okay, their heirs, a lot of them were killed in the war, but they had kids, with these mistresses, they're slave mistresses and stuff. And so they had children with them. And so as a way to make it legal for these children to inherit, the family wealth. These are the laws. These are the types. This is what they did this for. They put these laws into place so that they, again, can control. It's all, it all goes down, it all comes down to the money. Like, didn't Houdini say that? Which is very interesting. And I have a lot to learn about this, but that's what I understand. So if you're not even aware, what he's saying right now probably sounds like Chinese, because that's what it sounded like to me when I first, heard it and was trying to learn about it. It's just like, what are they doing? But yeah, again, Judge Joe Brown, man.
Penalty for something. So if you had been declared white up until the 1930s by an official action, what would happen is, even though they said any known colored ancestry will result in you being considered colored for purposes of the statute, that didn't apply to them. But see, black people in America, totally ignorant of what's happening in the rest of the world, they don't get it that to a great extent what got imposed on us is a set of protocols that if we believed it, we would fit into it. Because you see, Indians and Pakistanis are considered Caucasian by every anthropologist in the world, even the Nazis. Semites, which included the Arabs, were considered by every anthropologist in the world to be Caucasian. Australian Aboriginals are dark, but very dark, but they're considered Caucasian. So we look at Kamala Harris and we go, oh, she's a sister like us. She was an AKA. And the AKAs are foolishly acting like a bunch of little girls running around. This is the first one of the black Greeks that's been nominated for vice president. No, hell no. Speaking from information and personal knowledge, Vice President Hubert Humphrey for Lyndon Baines Johnson and the Democratic Party candidate for president against Tricky Dick Nixon was an Alpha Phi Alpha. He got made in the 1930s in a black frat because he was in Minnesota and he just wanted to swing that way. So we got you beat. But there was no question Hubert Humphrey was a white boy. Kamala Harris is a Caucasian. See, we confuse the color. In other words, you can be dark and not Negroid. You can be dark but being Caucasoid. And you go down that. They've got some tan people, not TAN in terms of the color, in South Africa who click talk. Really weird, and they're dark, but they're called Caucasians. And the interesting thing is what we call Africans. The Bantu got down there about the same time the white Europeans did, and they basically exterminated most of them. But I knew two of them that went to UCLA 50 years ago, and they click talked. They did not articulate words. So it was interesting, but she's not black. She's a Caucasian. Not only is she Caucasian, she's something else. Anthropologically, she's what you call an Indo-Aryan. We have heard Aryan, the Aryan.
So see, like I said, you're going to break it all the way down. Joe Brown, man.
Aryan Brotherhood, Adolf Hitler and the blonde-haired, blue-eyed Aryans, the ancestors of the Germans. Well, they were ancestors of the Germans, but they were not blonde-haired, blue-eyed. They looked like Kamala Harris. So if you get a collection of high-ranking Hindu Brahmin caste people, they all look like Kamala Harris, or maybe a little darker. So they were the ancestors of the Germans, but they weren't pale. They didn't come from the far north. They came from the Indus River Valley, which is where India is now. And that's why they are technically known as Indo, INDO hyphen Aryan.
So Judge, I'm curious then, what would be the incentive to want to be black?
Well, in other words, her thing was she's born in San Francisco. She grew up in Canada, kindergarten through 12th grade, though now she lies about it.
So now he's going to go through, her background, her real background. That yes, ever since she started making her rise in politics, okay, attorney general and senator, so they've been downplaying certain aspects of her background and spinning other aspects, right, i.e. the HBCU angle, right? The black people angle. They've been playing that up and playing certain other aspects of her background. They've been suppressing those aspects, and he's gonna talk about that. That's what he's gonna get into right now.
They've got her high school album out, yearbook, and in it she talks about her experiences kindergarten through 12th grade, Canada. Then there was a thing where she tried to modify it to say she was in Northern California, which isn't the case. But what happened is they had a scholarship open up at Howard. So she wanted to take the scholarship, which was for black students, so she masquerades as black to get the scholarship.
Wow. So like a Rachel Dolezal type situation.
Yeah, I mean, it's not uncommon for this to happen. Now, ordinarily,
So yeah, and that and so that happens a lot. Like people who aren't black, to get certain scholarships, that are only supposed to be for African Americans. And that's what he's going to talk about now. I think they're going to pull up a screenshot of an Indian guy from India who just shaved his head bald and basically said he was black, I guess, because there's no way to verify that, right? So he said he was black to get a scholarship. I think he went to med school or something. That's how he, and this happened. People do this a lot. It's too bad we can't, like stuff like, we can't masquerade. Like if there's certain stuff for like Asians, we can't do that, right? We can't say I'm Asian and go in there. But it's funny how, again, that's just it's the way it is, I guess. Some people can, if you're dark, you could get, you could, and that's what they talk about, and again, the way things were set up, again, with like you're saying, the protocols and these laws they put on the books, to say, okay, you're white if you have this, you're black if you have this, but if you're black and you have this, then you can be classified as Caucasian. Again, all this, this is what they did. This is how they set, structured things with laws and stuff. Again, very interesting. And and so so you got people that can say, oh yeah, I'm black, and get in on the get free, get a free college education and stuff like that. And I guess allegedly this is what Joe Brown is saying that she did.
Associate somebody with Indian with the nose and a few other things, but every one of them doesn't have the nose. That's the two castes down below the Brahmins. So what happens is we're used to, look, I got a problem with my computer. What can we do with this? We will try to help you. Can you?
And he's like he starts doing Joe Brown. Oh man. What up, Tomas? Don't do it. Yeah. Thanks, Human. Yeah, Human. All right, time for bed. Yes, sir. Human says time for bed. Catch you next time. Yeah, for shizzle. Appreciate you hanging out. Shout out to my man Tomas. Checking in. What up, man? Jamba Juice. Oh yeah. On D Live. What's up? Everybody on D Live checking in tonight. Hey, shout out to my man Steve Boyd checking in. But yeah, Jamba Juice says, beware. Beware, guys, there are undercover Asians. Sure. Hey, it's undercover everything nowadays, ain't there? Hey, how's it going, Heather? How's it going? Man, should I play more of this? I didn't plan on playing. I gotta edit, like I said, this is a long piece. And he, oh my God, Joe Brown, man. Joe Brown goes in. He just goes in nonstop for like 2 hours. Like, Dr. Boyce, Boyce Watkins barely says anything. Like Joe Brown is just, letting it flow. Hilarious. If you guys want, because like I said, check this out. Because, like I said, and I got to double check and make sure I downloaded it. But it's on Boyce Watkins on YouTube. All right. Judge Joe Brown talks Ice Cube, Bill Cosby, and racist Democrats. So look it up. Yeah, if you got time, it's 2 hours long, but you will be entertained and informed the whole time. He does not waste one second. We're only 30 minutes in, and I didn't play the whole 30 minutes. I started where he started talking about Kamala Harris, because again, it's hilarious. Kama Sutra Harris, he calls. So yeah, look it up. It's on YouTube. All right, it's on Boyce Watkins' channel. Judge Joe Brown right here. Judge Joe Brown talking about Ice Cube. Oh, my bad. Ice Cube, Bill Cosby, and racist Democrats. And like I said, I downloaded it. And the main reason why, again, good information here about Kamala Harris and her past. And also, like I said, he drops some major ish, about Barack Obama. Like that, I had no clue. Okay? I had no clue. And he drops he pretty much, man, like all the way from where he came from. Like he was, look, I'm not even gonna. If you want to hear it, you got to go listen for yourself. I'm not going to give it away because, like I said, I was like, what? Again, you know how we get down. This is, where hip hop meets conspiracy. But, everything he dropped was like, whoa. I had no idea. I had heard bits and pieces, but Joe Brown, he just lays it all out. And again, we have to say allegedly. Well, I'm not going to go over it now, but when I do, I'm going to, we have to leave that disclaimer in there because I don't have time to go verify all this, but we're going to, so, and that's what I want to do. I want to try and verify as much as I can. But I have a feeling like the stuff he's talking about, like, I don't think I'm gonna be able to verify it. I don't think they're going to leave. They're going to leave that out there. I think, I think a lot of what he's talking about, he just knows from up here. I don't think you can even. That's how good it is. That's how good it is. We'll see though. Like I said, I just caught this. This was today. They did this podcast, so I got to go through it, and and like I said, we're gonna, I'm gonna share it with y'all. But let me see. I got a little bit more time. Let's see here. And that's what I mean. I also got to go through and edit, and chop this up to save time as well, and go over. We're gonna enjoy the best of Joe Brown.
Go to and click on, and you get that kind of thing. And this is, where is the call coming from? It is from Calcutta. now you don't even get Calcutta, but they're coming in. And one of the bad things about that woman is she's an Indian, the first Indian U.S. senator. And what is bad about it is her people are having a horrible problem. They've got a caste system. The very bottom are what you call the untouchables. If somebody in a higher caste brushes up against an untouchable, he or she is supposed to go through a purification ceremony because they are viewed as being so tainted. Their job, as far as the culture goes, is to chase and eat rats. That's about all they're good for. So you can have a PhD in physics, you can save the world and be a billionaire, but if you are in the untouchability caste from your parentage, you still are so filthy that if you brush up against somebody by accident, they have to be purified. So some Indian immigrants are bringing that nonsense over here. And she hasn't done anything in her position to do something about it. I thought was a beautiful sister that worked in my show for 2 years. She's dark skinned too. She said, "Brother, I'm not black. I am a Hindu." She said, "My father was in the warrior caste and he took an oath to the family of my mother to protect her. They fell in love, ran off, eloped, and got married. So we can't come back because they got a long-standing contract on their lives if they go back." So Kamala Harris hadn't done anything about that either.
Wow.
So again, the things this guy knows, like he knows like the ins and outs. That's what I mean, the Indian culture. That's what he's talking about. Okay, if you're not sure what he's talking about Indian social, structure that they have, like that's what he's talking about. So, certain people, they have classes, and certain people, you ain't supposed to, if you're of this class, somebody that's better than you, you're not supposed to be associating. So that's basically what he's saying, is that Kamala Harris knows about this because she's Indian, that her mother is, and she's not doing anything about it here, and that's what he's talking about, is that they're bringing they're bringing that stuff over here, and some of it, it's not good. It's like, they just like certain parts of Muslim, the Muslim faith, like Sharia law, and stuff like that, cut your hand off for stealing, stuff like that, right? So basically, and that's what he's talking about, with some of these Indian Americans that migrate over here. Some of them, a lot of them come over here because they did something wrong culturally. They didn't, they broke some rules, and they literally, they will, they can't go back because they will be killed, so for breaking the rules. Interesting, again, the stuff this guy knows. What doesn't he know?
Go ahead, Jim. Sorry, but I was going to show you something as you were speaking. I remember there was a guy from India, VJ something, and he wrote an article called "Why I Fake Being Black for Medical."
Yeah, there you go.
So that's an example. You see here, he just cut his hair off and just told everybody he was black, and he says he did it because of the scholarship situation. So I'm wondering how many thousands of people have done
There
this.
was a bunch of them. I had 3 people on my show that were fronting off being black. I said, "Why are you doing that?" Because they don't have any black people being assistant producers, so they're anxious to get somebody black so we can front off. See, that's how they roll. Everybody takes advantage of us when it's convenient, and we don't even recognize what's out there. But back to this whole thing about the fraud bit, we still have to deal with Ice Cube. Ice Cube is negotiating, and the Russians or the Soviets and the United States and Britain negotiated all during World War II. They became enemies after. The enemies, Japan and Germany, You know, they got the Marshall Plan after World War II, and now everybody's got a German or a Japanese car up in their driveway. You know, Toyota, Nissan, Infiniti, Lexus, Mitsubishi, or Mercedes, Audi, BMW, Volkswagen, you name it. So things happen because of commerce and exchange. But now what Ice Cube was working on is his platinum plan. That was to commit $500 billion to economic development for black folk. That ain't about nothing. Well, that is the same amount of money as the average defense budget over the last 20, 25 years. So if you can run the United States Army, Air Force, Navy, Marine Corps, Coast Guard, pay all the troops and build all the ships off of 500.
All right, I'm running out of time, so I gotta stop it there. But on that note, let me make one correction, because Ebro did the same thing when they were talking about Ice Cube. The Platinum Plan is what Trump's people are calling it. So to recap, Ice Cube has the contract with Black America. He's offered it, you know, to talk about it with both parties. Biden's camp said, we will talk to you after the election. Trump's camp said, all right, let's talk now. And as a result of them the initial conversations they've been having, that's what Joe Brown is talking about here. Again, only thing I'm correcting is him calling, you know, he's saying Ice Cube's Platinum Plan, and Ice Cube said this himself. That's not what he's, you know, the Platinum Plan is what Trump's administration is calling if they do something, and that's what's up. But you know, here's the thing: there's $500 million on the table. Okay, this Platinum Plan that Trump, you know, that Trump's people, that's what they want to, that's what they are calling it, and it's directly. So again, it has something to do with, okay, this is the amount that we're throwing out there right now, as far as, okay, 500 million, you know, to take a look and see what we can do, right, with the contract Black America, the issues, you know, economically, and you know, that's the number right now that that Trump, you know, that Trump offered, okay, Trump's camp, okay, administration, my bad, 500 million, but again, that's them calling it the Platinum Plan, not not Ice Cube, right? So again, very interesting. So let me get back to the. Oh yeah, sure. Heather says exactly when the British docked in India, that's when classism was introduced. For shizzle, look. Yes, same thing when they stepped on, you know, Africa, right? Look, and what the average person really doesn't understand is that, look, Europeans, man, when it comes to colonialism, that's, you know, that's one of the most negative effects, okay, is, yes, the classism that is started or is, you know, is developed when colonialism comes, all right, that's when, yes, they, you know, they will have, again, the native people, again, divide and conquer. It's a very old strategy, but that's basically what it is. And yeah, so the same thing in Africa, right? South Africans, you know, Hotel, good Lord, what was the Don Cheadle movie? Hotel Rwanda? You know, that whole thing, that was started, again, by those other people, okay? You know, turning those two tribes against each other, to simplify it. But that was all instigated by, yes, a third party, right? And Heather says, thank you for correcting the contract versus the platinum. Yeah, because it's funny because, yes, a lot of people, even though Ice Cube, that's what he's doing right now. He's like, that's why he's talking about it so much, is because people keep misquoting him, or people keep saying, yeah, hey, the Ice Cube's platinum plan. Like, wait a minute. No, I did not say that. That's not, and just like he didn't endorse any candidate, but yet that's what they keep saying on the, again, when I say they, I mean media. All right. So yeah, I think it's important that we all know this, and yeah, if we see, anybody, misquoting, then yeah, it's our job to, keep the facts straight, because that's how things get all twisted up and muddled up, right? I've been noticed, we've been talking about this, for a couple of days, for maybe the past week. It's been trending, especially since Ice Cube did that interview and stuff on, on Chris Cuomo's show. And yes, so that's how I know, because I've been following it a little bit, and everywhere, the people that are talking about it, they keep, again, keep saying there's a couple of things that keep coming up. They keep saying, when I say they, I mean, and we talked about this yesterday, Don Lemon, okay, didn't like, had to put in his 2 cents, basically, them people sent, that's what they do. They send people like Don Lemon, when black folks get out of line, when well-known black folks, influential, black folks like Ice Cube, right, celebrities, get out of line, they will send certain people after you to talk bad about you, to kind of attack your character. Again, this is all part of a strategy that they've been utilizing, okay, for a long time. And so, and in this case, they send Don Lemon in, to correct Ice Cube and to say, hey, man, basically, you ain't supposed to be talking about this. You need to educate yourself first. Again, we talked about that yesterday on the show, and I went over the Don Lemon, reaction and all that stuff, so y'all can see that there. But and so yeah, just following this, for a few days, man, it's very interesting how if you don't know no better, yes, you'll think Ice Cube, it's the platinum plan and not the contract for Black America. And the question is why? Why are they making such an effort to, confuse people? In Judge Joe Brown's case, I don't think, I think he, he didn't do that on purpose. But it's only because that's, I think it's an honest mistake in Joe Brown's case, but not in, again, Ebro did it when they were talking about it on, Hot 97 the other day. And everybody that you see, on mainstream media, they keep saying now they're saying platinum plan. I wonder if it's because they don't want to say, the contract with Black America on Main Street. They don't want to. That's what I mean, and that's probably why they keep doing that. They don't want to, they don't want to call it that, so they're going to call it the platinum plan. But whatever, that don't even matter. The point is, Ice Cube's doing something constructive, and now it's very easy to see, okay, basically who these, Uncle Tom entertainers are, because they're coming out and they're mad at him, okay, and they're giving them, and some of them are mad behind the scenes, and the other ones that, you really know what they're about, they're coming out publicly, okay, and again, being critical of him, not being supportive, which is the same as being critical. That's what I mean. We talked about that yesterday too. My son, the raptivist, he calls himself. Cat from New York. Again, I first heard him, his music was cool. I was like, oh yeah, because he was, he was spitting that conscious, get out the hood, buy real estate type, in his in his music, I was like, oh, good message there. But as I followed, started following that brother, I'm like, yeah. Not looking so, looking kind of shifty to me. So he's another one that publicly on, he was on Ebro show, Hot 97 the other day, with Tamika Mallory, and Ebro asked him about, what he thought about Ice Cube and what he was doing. And instead of saying, yeah, great, keep up the good work, which is what he should have said, he went in and basically kind of echoed what Don Lemon said, which is what we made. That's why I made it I compared the two, because he said the same thing. Well, I would be careful who you align yourself with, and because they'll use you. And Don Lemon, they both kind of said the same thing, almost like they reading from the same script, which I thought was very interesting. And again, we pointed that out on yesterday's episode. So if you want to see that, go ahead and check that out. Let me see. Let me get to the comments here. Heather says, people are still wrapped up in the political game and can't handle straight talk without reading between the lines. Yep. Yeah. Heather says, it's truly troubling with CNN especially, when my special needs ninth grader is required to view 3 broadcasts a week. Are you serious? Are you serious? Wow. Where are you at? Where you at? You're in Minnesota, ain't you, Heather? Ain't you? Where you at? Really? They're trying to make you make your kids watch CNN, huh? Good grief. That's fine, as long as you're there, to make sure, they're getting the truth, right? Yeah, that's fine. I don't look, as long as I'm there to make sure, I explain what's really going on. You can watch CNN, which I think, people should, again. But like I said, you got to be careful. Yes, Minnesota, that's what I thought. So yeah, this, again, Judge Joe Brown, man, on the Boyce Watkins podcast today was hilarious, people. And like I said, but man, you want to talk about the tinfoil hat stuff? It ain't though. I mean, it's facts. But as far as, but again, the information that he shared about Barack Obama, I'm gonna get that together. Hopefully, I'll have it together for tomorrow's show. Crazy. I mean, it's crazy. Like it's very, very. Man, I was like, I can't even. That's how crazy it is, son. And the way it just comes out, it just flows right out, It's amazing the way Judge Joe Brown, can just, articulate and relay this information. So shout out again to Judge Joe Brown, and Dr. Boyce Watkins. We'll talk about more of that on tomorrow's show. Let me see. Heather says to make sure no one's flashes during CNN. Yep. Yeah. Heather says she's buying stock in tinfoil. Yes. Yep. Get that. Get your money up, man. The stock market. When I have time, I mean, I get alerts and stuff, and I don't even have time. But the stock market is nuts right now, right? And for anybody who kind of, basically all the stock market is, it goes off of people's emotions, right? So that's become very evident with what's going on now. Okay, I'll give you an example. When Trump was tested positive, went to the hospital, the stock market, people, the stock market, oh, it's crazy, stock market, certain, I think the tech stock, all these, certain stocks went down, and then when he comes out a few days later, hey, stock market, responds, Trump, blah, blah, blah. And it's literally like, so it's been really crazy lately, with the pandemic stuff going on. And now, same thing with the stimulus talks, It's like, yes, stimulus hopes, blah, 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 whatever's up based on stimulus hopes. And then when they hit, when the weekend comes and they didn't get anything done, Friday comes around, stocks are down, stimulus stalls, stimulus talk. Like, it's very interesting. So, yeah, get in there, get some money if you're not in the stock market. I think I got a link in the description if you, a referral link if you set up a Webull account, and, you'll get 2 free stocks, I believe it is, with a, I think with a minimum like $100 deposit. You'll get the 2 free stocks if you use my referral link. So yeah, get some of that money while it's there. While they're still printing it out by the trillions, Trump, 6 trillion stimulus, the first one. Good grief, and there's another one coming. What does that mean, y'all? What does that mean? I don't know. All right, y'all. Yeah, thanks everybody for checking in. Like I said, shout out to all our new followers, man, on Twitch. And I didn't know Twitch. Y'all was out there. I didn't know. So yeah, thanks for everybody on Twitch, for liking and sharing and following us, and DLive as well. All right, and like I said, YouTube, make sure you find us on YouTube. We're there now. All right, and we're gonna be there. We're there simulcasting, so that's what we're doing, simulcasting to all these platforms. So you can find us wherever, whatever works for you, whatever platform you prefer. Okay, so until they kick us off anyway, I'm talking about, as far as YouTube and Facebook and Periscope go. Periscope, Periscope hasn't had too many issues as far as censorship. But YouTube is, they're going through purging a lot of, going after literally Facebook. They're going after the QAnon, which is basically, and they're going to use that to basically just go after, any kind of conspiracy genre people, whatever you want to call it. That's what's going on. They're getting real extra with the censorship. So enjoy it while you can. So look us up. Make sure, yes. So follow us, and yeah, let me get out of here. Yes, thank you. Many blessings, Heather, and yeah, and everybody else, man. I appreciate y'all. So yeah, we'll see you guys. My bad. It's your man Pearly Q in the building. Court Boys Radio Show. That's KORT BOYZ. Let me show y'all. Court Boys Radio Show. KORT is an acronym for the Knights of the Round Tables. All right. Myself, my man DJ Remix, DJ Marvel, my man DJ Prince, DJ Nova, and others got together back in the day. We founded the Court Boys Knights of the Round Tables. We're a DJ collective, and we have, evolved to the radio show. We had a radio show for a number of years, terrestrial radio and internet. And shout out to my man DJ Remix. He's still out there in Power 88 in Vegas. And it has evolved into what you see today, which is the podcast portion of the show. Again, links in the description if you want to catch the music. Okay, Digging in the Crates. We still do this, y'all. All right, but you can catch those episodes because they have copyrighted audio. We can't do that on social media, but you got to go over the Mixcloud to get that. All right. All right, that's it. I'm out of here for real now. We'll see you guys. In the next video. Thanks. Oh wait, don't start recording. Stop.